Guess that tune. If you know, you know. You're in the same obsessed boat as me. Hey, what's up? I'm Allie, and welcome back to my channel. We are coming in from my kitchen today because my library is a mess. It's a mess. Oh my god, it's a mess. So naturally, what do we do when everything's a mess and nothing fits on the shelves? We buy more things to put on those shelves. That's what we do here. It's not a problem at all. I have books, lots of books here to show you for my haul today. These are the books that I got, and I don't even know if these are all the books that I got. I think these are all the books that I got, but I might be wrong. I might have missed some, and I'm sorry to the books that I may have missed. Anyway, that's a lot to just say, here's some books that I'm hauling, so sorry. Before we get into the official haul, I just want to thank today's sponsor. You already know. It's Book of the Month. I have been a huge fan of Book of the Month for years now. It is my favorite book subscription service. You cannot beat the price. It is so extremely affordable, especially for trying out new books and getting new books and just filling up a beautiful wall-to-wall library like mine. If you don't know what Book of the Month is, it is a monthly book subscription service. You go online each month and choose from a hand-selected variety of titles. They have different genres. A lot of them are new releases, upcoming releases, or are just really anticipated releases on top of that. And they just have such a great selection. You're almost always guaranteed a fantastic pick. And if for whatever reason you're not really liking the selection, you can choose from an add-on selection as well. They have a ton of different books to choose from on there, and I know I love doing the add-ons as well, so I'll get a book and then I just get more books for the add-on service because it's just so good. It's so good. You cannot beat it. Another really great thing about the subscription service is if for some reason you are in a reading slump or you're just really not into any of the selections that month, you can skip at absolutely no charge at all. These look incredibly stunning on a shelf as well because they're all the same height. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But if you are interested, I do have a code. You can use my code Hardback Hoarder to get your first box for $9.99. You cannot beat that price for a hardcover book. I do have November's selection here as well. I'm sorry, there's a lot of books in front of me and I don't know what to do. Oh my god. This first one looks like such a cute fall read. It is A Little Hope, and this follows a group of like friends and neighbors and whatnot, and it is as they are confronting their everyday desires and fears. We have one couple, one of them is battling cancer, another woman who is dealing with the loss of her child. We also have someone who is reminiscing on a past that they wish that they had. Basically looking back on regrets that they had. This looks like it will be a heart-wrenching but also heartwarming read. This next one sounds so incredibly intense, and that is The Family, and this is about two girls who grow up together. They are the best of friends, and of course they are joined by their father's groups, The Family. I cannot tell if this is a mob book or a cult book. I'm not too sure. I'm down with either. Based on the font, I'm thinking it's a mob book. And basically, it is how as one of their fathers goes missing, it drives kind of a spike between them. And as they grow older and grow into women, you know, their ties to each other are tested big time. This next one sounds so good, so good, so good, so good. That is The Collective, and this is about a woman whose daughter is brutally murdered, and she, of course, just cannot let the fact that she thinks she knows who did this, and she just doesn't want to let it go. So she ends up meeting this group of women called The Collective, and it is also women who have been wronged in some way, shape, or form, and kind of coming together and talking about the revenge and whatnot. And as she gets further and further into this group, she realizes she's not too sure if they are role-playing anymore or if this group is actually full of monsters. And I think it sounds so good. I mean, it has to. The author's name is Allison. So obviously it is amazing. obviously. Then we have How to Marry Keanu Reeves in 90 Days, and this sounds so incredibly cute. This is about a woman, she's obsessed with Keanu Reeves, and he's getting married, and she decides that she needs to go stop the wedding and needs to convince him that he needs to marry her instead. So she convinces her best friend to hunt down and ruin this wedding, essentially, but her best friend has a major crush on her, and so will she finally realize that her dream man has been there all along? Or will Keanu Reeves fall for her? I guess we'll find out. Wouldn't it be just the absolute twist if he did? I need to know. And then the last one is my pick. This cover is stunning, and that is The Keeper of Night. Oh my god. This is basically about a reaper. She is an English reaper, but finds that she just cannot live up to their standards, so she goes to Japan and enters the Japanese underworld, essentially to serve the goddess of death, and finds out that she has to prove herself there by killing, I believe, hunting down and killing 3 different demons. This sounds amazing. Oh my god, amazing, amazing. I think that this is going to be a 5-star read for me. I'm not even gonna lie. It sounds amazing. Again, you can get add-ons or different ones from previous months as well, and they have quite a great selection. I do have 2 that are nonfiction here. It is Nonfiction November. So we have Will, which of course is all about Will Smith and about his life and from growing up in Philadelphia and then becoming one of the most successful rappers, singers, actors of his age. So I think fascinating stuff. And then the other one is My Body by Emily Ratajkowski. And she is a model, and this is kind of about how coming to terms with how the world has viewed her body and just feminism and sexuality and just how men treat women's bodies and things like that. So again, another incredibly powerful story. And then just quickly before I end with book of the month, look at, I love the bookmarks. Life is Hard covers. Yes. Love it, love it, love it, love it. If you're interested in book of the month, I do have a link down below, and again, you can get your first box for $9.99, and they just have such a wide selection every month, and I just thank you, Book of the Month, for sponsoring this video. Now on to literally everything else. It's a problem. I have 3 books here that are my favorites, and they came out with new editions of them, so naturally I had to get them. And the first one is my all-time favorite book, and that is If We Were Villains, and this is the Waterstones edition. It is stunning. I just need you to see how beautiful this gold foiling is. It has a lovely bird down there, and it has black sprayed edges. And then the book, I squealed. If you don't know, orange naked hardcovers are my favorite. They are my absolute favorite. I am always very concerned that not enough people make orange books, but it is just absolutely stunning. And then it also is signed by ML Rio. I am just waiting patiently for ML Rio to put something else out. I am waiting, just saying. And then the next one are 2 of the same book, but again, these are like anniversary editions. I've never heard of them coming out with like first 1-year anniversary editions for books, but here we are. That's capitalism for you. So we have The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. This is the Barnes & Noble edition. It is the red. You probably can't tell, but the gold is actually like glitter. It's a glitter gold instead of just like a gold foil. And then the nakedness of this, stunning. Just absolutely stunning. And then there's a quote on the back. And let me see, there is like a little page here in the front. I think this is like a special chapter or something. I didn't even look to see what this all came with. Anyway, favorite book of the year, so I felt like I just had to get all the copies, apparently. And then the other one is, this is the Waterstones editions, I believe, and so this is stunning. It is a lot smaller than my other copies of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and this has flowers on the side, and then also all over the book. And then there are illustrations On the inside of this one, it is also signed. And I just can't get over, there are so many illustrations. You would have to see this book in person, but there's also colored illustrations in the middle. I do wish that they were somewhere else because they kind of break up the book a little bit. So yeah. Then my October TBR was absolutely massive, and I did end up buying some of the books from it, and the ones that I bought I didn't even get to. Anyway, so I ended up buying My Heart is a Chainsaw, which I am so excited about. I keep thinking that I ripped my copy. I keep thinking that I ripped it, but I'm really excited about this. Stephen Graham Jones' The Last Final Girl is one of my favorite books this year. Really into books that talk about like serial killer pop culture. Slashers, I guess I should say. And this is about a girl who grows up in a not great environment, and she is like an encyclopedia of slasher and horror films, and she has to use that knowledge. She comes up with these really detailed scenarios of horror movies, and she's going to use that, I'm thinking, to survive or get revenge. I don't know. I can't quite figure it out from the synopsis, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm really excited about this though, because I've heard absolutely amazing things, and I just love Stephen Graham Jones' writing, so. And then the other thing I got is a short story collection that is Hex Life, and this is all about like witchcraft and witchery, and this has some of my favorite authors in it. I love short story collections, so I'm always looking for more, but Kat Howard is one of them. Kelly Armstrong I've read from before, Rachel Kane, rest her soul, and Alma Katsu. There's all kinds of names on here that like ring a bell that I'm really interested in. So I've only read a few stories in that. I've liked what I read so far, so interested to read more. Plus it's just stunning. It's beautiful. I love this cover. Then I picked up, my library has a free shelf where you can bring in books and just leave them for free for people to take, and I walked by one day and saw Kingdom of Copper, which is the second in this series. But this is the sequel to City of Brass. I just recently bought City of Brass, so to see Kingdom of Copper for free was a steal. I also have it in paperback, so to find it in the exact same paperback was great. What do I know about this? I don't know anything about this series, to be honest, and I think it's about like a girl having to save her kingdom or something. It's a fantasy, that's all I know. And then I did some unboxings this past month, one of which was a PR box, and it had Beasts and Beauty, another collection of stories, and this is like, I guess, twisted fairy tales and whatnot. Yeah, it's about mystery and magic and whatnot, but it is stunning. It's really heavy duty. It's not thick, but it is a heavy, heavy book. I love this cover so much. I love these colors. They are stunning. There is also pictures in this. It is gorgeous. Oh my god, Hansel and Gretel. Like, I believe this is like retellings and like really flips them on their head, and I think draws from different cultures and whatnot. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm hoping to get around to this fairly soon as well. And then I had my Fairy Loot, you may have seen, came with 2 books this past month, and one of which was Beasts of Prey. I saw a lot of people talking about this. So this follows a girl who is a keeper at the zoo, and she accidentally unleashes something and a fire starts, and then we follow a boy who is going to be a warrior. That is until the fire changes his fate entirely, and both of them have to go into the jungle and hunt down this creature that is plaguing their town. Zookeeper fantasy is something I didn't know I needed. And now, why are there not more zookeepers in fantasy? I guess they're just like dragon tamers or something. Anyway, and then the last one is Defy the Night. Look at this cover. Oh my god, stunning, beautiful, amazing, fantastic. And it is a Fairy Loot exclusive, so it has the purple sprayed edges, and there's artwork underneath and all that good stuff. But this is about this kingdom. It is plagued by a sickness, and there are these moonflower petals, but they are kind of kept secret by the kingdom, and the king wants like no one to, I guess, really deal with them. So this follows a girl who decides that she wants to help her people and goes out and steals these moonflower petals and gives them to people, you know, in order to survive. That is until rumors start that the elixir doesn't work anymore, and so she becomes desperate enough to break into the palace and find some interesting information, you know? Those are the 16 books that I gathered in October. I hope that you have liked this haul. Let me know if you have read any of these, which ones I should read first, and let me know if you got anything exciting in October yourself. Don't forget to check out Book of the Month. There is going to be a link down below in the description. Don't forget to subscribe to see future videos from me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!